topic emerged in my mind. So, source, we generally think it's outside of us and it's watching over us. Initially, that is the concept that we all have.
Right? Like under Devud ekkado painunchi somewhere somebody
whatnot, everything we search outside, and we forget to search the place, only place that where really we really got. Of course, it is our final realizations that we get. Initially, it is very, very difficult when we are completely identified with the duality here, because duality is day you are going through the pain, another day you are happy, and so many kind of situations, pleasant, unpleasant, and it's very difficult to go beyond the duality. We have to learn the trick to completely embrace the duality, be okay with the duality, and learn the method to go expand your awareness to go beyond the duality, non-dual states. In that non-dual states, the first realization that we get is whatever I'm seeking outside is already there in me. It's not outside. Everything is in me. Yes, perfect. What you're seeking is seeking you.
Because, as you said, you have to mind with my humor as I'm going, Guruji, because, as an entertainer, I have to keep that going. What you're saying that if I don't find that perfect husband, I will be happy if I find that perfect husband. I will be super happy if I get that job with that director. Only then I'll be happy. I'll only be happy if this one movie does well. When I'm put that
exactly
inside you, that movie is inside you, that job is inside you, all those satisfactions are inside you, and when you accept that, you're able to not look elsewhere. So now that you said that,
and it doesn't mean that now we become a monk, a recluse, and actually those who have found the inner source, the source inside, and they manifest everything. It's the other way around in the manifestation process. Generally, everyone wants excellent things. Their life want to be excellent. They want a perfect husband and perfect job, success in their careers, and everything. They want everything like a abundant. So to manifest it also, first we
సగం మంది మాకు చూసే వాళ్ళకి ఏంటి అక్కడే ఆగిపోయారు. So explain. So a lot of people ask me, నీకెందుకు స్పిరిచువాలిటీ? ఇప్పుడు కూడా ఇద్దరు ముగ్గురు ఇక్కడ, నీకెందుకు స్పిరిచువాలిటీ? నీకు వైరాగ్యం వచ్చేసింది, నువ్వు ఈ వయసులో నీకెందుకు? నేను అంటాను, నా కూతురు నాతో మెడిటేట్ చేస్తుంది, and she doesn't need to do it any right way, wrong way. Just that she's able to sit with me even for a minute, I feel grateful. To creating that silence to be with themselves. What I say is, నేను చాలా లేట్గా life lead చేసేదాన్నేమో నేను. I'm so grateful to have met masters like you who guide me and show me that I am not as small as my mind, or I'm as big as my mind, you know. So how does somebody start fullness or or take this spiritual path? Can you give us like a book, that a good introductory book, or a simple way that people can
When I was a child, I was a wounded child. I carried a lot of emotional wounds, and with those wounds, I developed so many kinds of defense mechanisms. I was living a very defensive way, reactive, and have developed a lot of addictions. Like food addiction is one of my addictions, you know? And also drinking alcohol at a very younger age. I picked it up.
yeah,
I have to. So that's what happened when I was a child. When I reached to my 17th year, the first book that inspired me is Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And that book, yes, it really opened my mind. From childhood, I gone through shaming process because of one is shame because of my name shaming, because I'm not good student in the school. I'm a backbencher, so
I'm glad. I'm glad that you are right now.
So everyone used to tell, you know, your name is Newton and you are not like, you know, up to the standards of Isaac. This scientist name to me. My father is.
What was the reason? Did he like Isaac Newton? Like, because
Yeah.
yeah. So Newton. Oh, okay. It was just that.
He's a physics lecturer. So
Like Newton, Kondavti. How did it come together?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and my brother's name is Einstein, and the brother's name is Darwin. Yes.
No.
And my sister's name is Curie. So, so it's a scientist family. So my father told me at a very younger age, don't believe anything blindly, because my father worships science as God.
Mm.
So he told me that because he said, I never seen God, and I that's why I don't believe in God. And but investigate before taking it as anything as a truth. You must investigate into the truth. That's what my father said.
How did he take you coming into this line?
My father gifted me this book, Jonathan Livingston Seagull. First time when I met my guru, I was expecting a guru with a beard and strange kashaya robes, saffron robes, and rosary beads. But shocking to see a young man, jeans pant and t-shirt, and
You
also
like
just
that.
I'm like that. And just like me, he was also smoking a cigarette, and I felt so immediately friendship with him.
Yeah,
I felt so happy.
More real.
Yeah, more real. And he started speaking to me. He said, a guru need not have a beard, he said. By having by having a big and white beard, you will not become a guru. By knowing the answers, one can be a master. So he said, whatever the reason you have come to me, I know all the answers for all your questions, but I don't give you any answers. Find out all by yourself. I teach you the method to meditate, how to go within, how to get your own answers. And he given me a practice, a simple practice. He said, mindfulness of breathing, observe your breathing every day for 3 hours. Anapana Sati. So my guru's name is Brahmashri Pitamaha Patriji, who is the founder of Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement. My biggest inspiration in my life. My life before I learned meditation, life after meditation is completely different. So I discovered so many things. Then I started. I could not silence this mind, and I was observing my breathing. It was very hard, but after 40 days, my mind completely emptied. I could switch off every single thought in my mind. And from that time, I started enjoying what is called a tranquil mind. Only if I want to think, I can have the thoughts. Otherwise, it is quiet mind. So
what? Wait. Anta simple ga elpommakanni fast ga.
Okay.
So you're saying you're at a place that you can choose not to have thoughts.
Yes.
Is that something I can do for myself if I stay in the practice?
Yes, Lakshmi Garu, you are yourself such really a master in several dimensions, like multi-dimensional. I have seen your movies. I'm biggest fan of you. And also, when I had some conversations with you, that time, I could understand what a master you are. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
It's really, the world is blessed.
Oh.
Your presence is so important. The world. And and it's so easy for you. That's why you are so much.
Yeah.
So because if we can have this, go ahead.
I've been doing a lot of meditation in different forms. Okay, I've done Vipassana, which I think everybody watching and everybody born on this earth, they have, my opinion, this is that they have to do a 10-day Vipassana course. Nothing else teaches you about yourself than that course, I think that's the beginners. You should at least give yourself that 10 days to do it. But it is a tough practice, Buddha gave it to us so many thousands of years ago. Then there are other techniques and meditation ways that I've learned. Now I've been doing a 21-day meditation program that Oprah and Deepak Chopra are doing it. But there was something about coming to you, Guruji.
You can call me Newton because I don't call myself as a guru at all. I'm a friend to everyone. And really,
you're a teacher, and you're
okay. I respect you.
That was here so many thousands of years ago, and it is a must that we should all learn what that great master has given to us. But I really feel like we need a friend like you, like having a living master to say, "Naaki ee roju nenu kuchulakpotunnan meditation lo andi and meeto oka conversation." How do we go past it? And I tell you, when I was sitting and meditating with you, kallu mooskoni terchesariki 3 3 hours. You know, I was like, what is going on? I haven't cried like that ever in my life. I don't want to use the word shame. I was fearless in being completely who I am. I was not afraid. I was not afraid for you to see the dark side of me.
Yeah.
And I think that is what is important, to have a guru. And look at that face. You would smile like that and take me through this journey. So, because we are all struggling, I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. This is very, very important. Go question questions. This will be a 4-hour conversation, but because I believe that many people are stuck and they are struggling and they don't know in any which way. You know, today somebody, I'll find that somebody had written to me in terms of what questions should I ask you, Anidhi? They're saying my voice is low. I don't know why.
But it's very clear for me.
For you? Okay.
For me, it's very, very clear.
I don't want to name the person who wrote this because it's something personal. She says, Dear Manchu Garu, lost my brother because he committed suicide. My sister is a divorcee because her husband was impotent and was facing physical harassment. These questions keep haven't done anything bad to anyone. Even goddess Parvati, who lost her son's head, asked Lord Shiva to get him back, which was fulfilled. But even though we are praying for good things to happen in our lives, why they are not happening? Mancholake chedendu jarugundi.
Oh, yeah. Of their life begins in that way. Pain is a trigger because pain is inevitable. We generally think of, oh, I should not have pain in my life. But it's not that. Life has, on our path, there are thorns. And we do encounter painful situations like losing a loved one, brother, and so many situations in their life, illness, relationship problems. All of them are triggers only. But what I found from my own life is consider all the wounds, all the painful situations are sacred portals, doors to open something vast and big, and something emerges from within us. Every wound. But only thing is we need to not get into the victim consciousness, but instead we give all that attention to that wound and find out what it is saying to us. So 17th year practice, 19th year. First thing that I experienced in my mind is like a child. I have become like a child. Really, I never experienced my childhood, joyful childhood. I never really was a happy child. I was very fearful child, like shamed. I always thinking about what will happen the next moment. But for first time, my mind was so empty. My mind was so peaceful. And I could peel the layers of this pain. I accepted all the pain that happened in my life, everything. So all these layers shown me the way, instead of in the habit of avoiding the pain, I was trying to escape from the pain. That's what we do.
Human tendency, right?
Yes.
Look at it, it's not happening.
Yes.
You know,
So initially, it was like that. I used to make myself so busy so that I will not get time to look into myself. I used to really eat so much food, along with all the sadness is gulped into my stomach. I used to constantly, for the sake of the world, wear the mask of smiling and happiness. But inside, I carried a lot of pain. But when in meditation, I have to go through this kind of process where I need to embrace everything. I have to completely be okay with every pain. So be okay.
That's a far-fetched thing for. It just seems so difficult to get there, to be okay with every pain. I think as human beings, we are wired. Our DNA it is in that way of creating that obstacles, because we always worry. Ammo jagata, ammo be careful. What are you going to do? How are you going to live a life? You know.
Yeah.
I believe last year, with everything I was going through and coming to you so much, I realized there's never this one thing that will fix your problem. Problems keep arising. You need to be stronger no matter what comes your way, that you're protected.
Yes.
And also spirituality, what I believe, creates a shield around you. So when you do the inner work, those bad things don't come to you. Am I right or wrong here?
You are very right. You're correct. Because though we are, by action comes is the fear reaction. We run away, we escape, we have protections, defense mechanisms, and all that. It's not normal. But there is a conscious way of living. After we repeatedly go through the same pain, same kind of emotions, and our quest begins. There's something going to be triggered. What's the solution? Because it looks like running away from a situation is not the solution, and it's again and again it's repeating. So I had to find the solution. That quest makes us go into a very conscious way of living. So we going to find the solution where. So in the whole process, the pain actually makes us learn so many things. It makes us very compassionate beings, and makes us also know ourselves, because we cross these layers of pain. Because once you are a conscious being, it's definite that we are guided, self-guided. There's self-awareness which takes you go within, to the place within us where there is no pain. So in that place,
you are a source being. Right?
You are a source being. Yeah, you find your source, the source inside you, where you are. Whatever hurricane, turbulence, chaos that is happening around us, still you are in that place of source within you, where you feel utterly safe. Come what may, there may be an earthquake, but still your body and mind and personality system may fear in that moment, but a deeper part of you know that you are. Whatever is happening around, you are in that moment. You can deal with that situation different way. There is an inner response that comes in a different way. For example, the current situation, COVID-19, actually the symptoms gets worsened, because that's what happens, because our immune system is going to be depleted with more worry. Yeah.
That's right. Your cortisol levels are going to go down, and it's just
Yeah.
your immune system is going to come down.
Yeah.
And you are prone to being more accessible to it. So how in these times of uncertainty, that's what I want. That was even more the reason I wanted you to come live, although we wanted to do this in person. I thought it was still important to have this dialogue more so even now, because people are in such a state of, we don't know what's going on with the world.
Yeah.
How do we create that calmness within? How do we search or find a practice that can, that for masters like you? I am so happy that you're in Hyderabad. I can tell you that. But and that's why for people who are just joining now, it's very, very rare to get Dr. Newton Garu like this, and especially to give this kind of time. So I will put this video up on my Insta after this is done, so you can with our conversation. He's been doing amazing. I've been listening to him every day on his Facebook page, which is QLU Global. Follow him on his Facebook page and on YouTube, and he's been giving these amazing lectures on all the topics that I'm talking about in English and in Telugu. So for people who are interested in English, you can go listen to him in English or in Telugu, because there is, I mean, you're looking at him, he looks so young and handsome, but that man has knowledge of, I don't know how many thousands of years of knowledge in that, and he's coming out and sharing all this knowledge with us now, especially in times like this. And I tell you, I've been gaining a lot out of that, even listening in and out of it. One of the topics you talked about was, I think it was die before dying.
Yes.
If I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And I was having a conversation with my father about it. I said, Nana, we celebrate life when we are born. And my father is very fearful about death. Okay. So I keep telling him, we need to have this conversation. And I'm like, no, we need to have that conversation. What I have created, look where I was born, look at all what the world has already given me. So when I'm going, I want to go in gratitude, you know. And I said, I'm not fearful at all. I only miss seeing my friends and my Chinese food, but but otherwise I am like, wow, I get to listen to you. So many of the masters are giving yourself available in terms of, you know. So talk to us about that, about the importance of, it's a vast topic. I'm asking questions with small answers, but don't give them enough. Give them enough to be curious to go find out more. But as I said, how important is it to embrace death? I think it's an important question in times like this, because everybody is scared of death right now.
Yes, yes. And unless we completely embrace these two polarities, like birth and death, equally, we can't really participate, dance in life. We can be passionate in living our life, definitely, because a part of us is trying to avoid death, run away from it, and only we are available to life. 50% of our energy is available here. Every single moment will become so precious. And this fear of dying is the biggest fear. It's natural, of course, but with our conscious living and conscious awakening of our own intrinsic innate wisdom, what happens is we understand that our souls never die. We are deathless beings. We don't die.
Repeat that, please.
We don't die, only we leave the bodies, we vacate the body, and our souls continue the journey, and we have multiple lives. We do come back again and again to this school called Earth School. It's a beautiful school, one of the schools, and very important school. Here, there's so many adventures that's possible. That's why I like to say that we are the famous words from great masters. I think I don't know whose words are these. We are spiritual beings out to have a human experience, adventures here. We are not human beings to find out about spirituality or spiritual nature of us. We're already that.
That's what that quote really changed me. I said, I'm a spiritual being having a human yeah, that's how I look at it. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and this is not it. I will come back, and the time period that's been given to us, the difference between other animals and being a human being is because we have a conscious mind. So I want to put in as much gold coins in my hundi for my next birth. It's all preparing, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So another question, I've asked you this question also before. In my birth, I'm talking as Lakshmi Manchu, right? Some bad things have happened to me, bad things and bad people. And I tell you, I've always come out of that situation, blessing them for teaching me certain things. No, that wasn't my question. I'll come back to it. No, it was something else I wanted to.
Yes.
Sorry?
Yeah, initially you began with the question about why do we worry and what's the solution, how to make this mind really calm and peaceful. So this conscious way of living and also consciously direct, be so tranquil, serene and joyful, irrespective of whatever is happening. So in a way, a warrior can become a warrior. So all of us are spiritual warriors, warriors of truth.
Yeah.
Or peaceful warriors, we can say that.
I call myself an activist.
Activist.
I'm an actor and I'm an activist. I'm
activist.
A activist. I'm an acting activist. I'm a political activist. I'm like,
wow.
I don't want to keep quiet. I put my full throttle energy into it.
Yes.
Back to my question. I've asked you this question before. Like in my conscious mind, I've never ever wanted something bad to happen to somebody. Vala karma ankuntanen. And so always wanting good for people, okay, in me, as a human being. So I want only good things to happen to me, Dr. Garu. Because I give out only good. And then they say, oh, it might be a past life karma. How am I to know what I did in my past life? Dude, give me like a manual so I can work with what I did not do right then to do right in this lifetime. How do you clear your past baggage to be your full self now? That was
so one single truth is meditation, because just practice of meditation itself can not only just energize ourselves, makes us very, very energetic. Not only that, it also, we find the solutions. And this baggage that you asked me how to clear this baggage, all that baggage, we are Most of the times the baggage is like the fear that we are holding on to. We don't want to let go of the fear. We don't want to let go of the pain. Most of the times it's we who are holding on to it. So it's so important. Meditation, practice of meditation, sitting like a monk and withdrawn from the outer world, but it's a very active process. And within you, there are so many insights that are arising. You realize that, oh, I am clinging to this past baggage, past memory, past emotions. Now I choose to let it go, let it freely move away. It knows how to process it. Only thing is, we should not be fearful to bring it up into the light of consciousness. That's what happens in meditation. That's why initial part of meditation practice is like a struggle, a lot of struggle.
My next,
yeah.
question. I just wrote it. We
Oh.
find meditation boring. నాకు ఇక్కడికి రావడానికి చాలా సంవత్సరాలు పట్టింది న్యూట్రన్.
Yes.
Remote control. There are 20 lives happening, I'm sure, right now. Why do people have to choose to come to my live, our live, So when we are living in such like remote control lives, how do you talk to this younger generation of having how to create a spiritual discipline?
Really, I appreciate you for this question, because you already demonstrating the world about being vulnerable also. It's okay to be vulnerable. Most of the younger generation right now, they hide their tears to show them up, show their real self, whatever they're going through. It's so important when we are embracing our vulnerability, then really we can touch to a deeper place within us, where that whatever source we call it as, that source emerges out from that place. We have such courage inside. We are such magnificent beings. We don't find that magnificence as long as we try to hide. We try to suppress some our vulnerabilities. It's okay being in.
Mean you when you're sensitive.
Correct.
So I've been reading some books that said if somebody says you're too sensitive, you don't want to be friends with them. You want to be sensitive. You want to be vulnerable. You want to be able to show how you feel.
Yes.
And I think that's where I found my success, Dr. Daru, in terms of I was not afraid to ask a question. I was not afraid to cry. I was not afraid to be angry. Like, if you said something, I'll be like, kaadu Newton, me meeda enni saarlu.
The younger generation, when they are given this message, it's okay to be whatever they are. Somebody else, and introduce them to mindfulness, meditation practice, direction. They don't know where to find the answers, and these mostly we have a habit of searching outside of us, and we get exhausted. We temporarily feel example, I like a motorbike. I purchase a motorbike, and immediately I feel happy, but after a month I get bored. I need so many things of the outer world, But I constantly end up in this cycles of satisfaction and dissatisfaction. And this
That's what we create in our lives. Okay, you get
correct.
happiness. If we have this happiness, and then you don't have happiness, so we're stuck in this.
There, will be is thoroughly exhausted. Will be so much exhausted that there. And that moment, you have already searched. So many they come really some kind of turbulent relationships.
Happens to them.
Yes.
I really want people to be in. And I think,
correct.
Especially coming from where we come from, Guruji, India alone. My yoga teacher learned from a teacher in Vice.
Correct.
Why are people? I want, by the end of it, if 5 people start meditating to joy and beauty with meditation and being with yourself. But gantal cheyalante ella doctor.
I can say that minimum time that anyone can do is whatever that the age is, that many minutes. 40-year-old person, 40 minutes. 5-year-old, 5 minutes. 60-year-old, 60 minutes. So too much meditation not required.
Good. That's why I'm glad you started off saying I connected with my guru because we hung out with a cigarette,
Yeah. And we don't need to renounce anything. We need to live here passionately. Every human experience is so important.
Dr. Newton Garu is to have everything. This is it. To have all the worldly pleasures because we are born as human beings and to enjoy, see my coconut water or whatever it is, to have and enjoy these worldly pleasures, but
embrace both matter and the spirit. Both are important. Without having anything missing of either material life or spiritual life, we feel so incomplete. There's a complete our inner life. We cultivate this inner life, and also the outer life. We participate fully. More we understand our deeper self, more we really dance, sing, and live our life so happily. And I know that from my own life. I was such a serious person. I was all the time pretending and wearing a mask of happiness, but inside so much sadness. But meditation completely healed me. I had the wound of abandonment. My parents abandoned me. They don't, even though they're very loving parents. But I used to blame initially. But later on, when meditation, I realized that actually I abandoned them through my own conclusions that I have come up with. In my mind, I have come to a kind of beliefs at a very younger age, a kind of distorted beliefs, distorted perceptions, that through that I build a wall between me and my parents. Due to some circumstances, my parents made me to live with my grandmother. So as months-old baby, I was sent at as I started growing up for 6 years, 7 years with my grandmother. I used to compare myself with others. I used to think, okay, my parents abandoned me.
They don't love me enough.
Actually, they have two children or with them, and I was sent to my grandmother. It has to be done that way. But a child won't understand that. As a child, I could not understand. And I have come to a wrong conclusion. I messed up everything. And what happened is I started rebelling, becoming angry, very reactive, and doing whatever my parents used to say. Exactly, I used to do opposite things, rebelling. Very younger age, it happened to me. But when I came into meditation path, completely whatever the wall that I built between myself and my parents is completely demolished. I built the wall in my mind. Oh, my parents are, yeah.
It's a very beautiful thing that you touched. I have a problem with that. I blame my dad a lot. You didn't let me come into the field when I wanted to. I could never tell you what I wanted to do. If, you always say, could be if would happens for me, so I laugh it off and say, late ga ochna, latest ga ochna,
Yeah.
But his restrictions, and I think as Indian parents, we do that a lot. We give our opinions in our children so much, saying we lage resentment towards our parents,
right?
And how, and that just becomes bigger, Khani. How do you come out of it? And you're saying it's through meditation.
Through meditation. That's what happened for me. Like a layers. శ్వాస మీద ధ్యాస, ఆనాపానసతి ధ్యానం, శ్వాస మీద ధ్యాస, ఉచ్ఛ్వాస నిశ్వాసాలతో కూడి ఉండడం అండ్ ఆలోచన రాహిత్య స్థితికి రావడం. ఎందుకంటే మన శ్వాసతో మనం అనుసంధానమైనప్పుడు, when we are mindful of your breathing, when we are watching our breath, our mind becomes empty and silent. When we reach to that silence of mind, we need to completely give all the attention, focus to that silence. From that silence arises many insights, very beautiful insights. Any painful sensations used to come on my body. I used to cry in meditation. Lot of emotion, all the emotions used to just like a catharsis, release. I used to allow everything to happen in meditation. So that moment, I really recognized that the source within me, and actually whatever I was searching for outside, it was already there inside. The love, I found it great. I am an embodiment of love. I'm an embodiment of joy and peace. And suddenly everything changed after that. ఒక యోగి వేమన గారి పద్యం నాకు చాలా ఇష్టమైనది ఒకటి ఉంది. మనసులోని ముక్తి గొర్రె చంకబెట్టి గొల్ల వెతుకు రీతి విశ్వదాభిరామ వినురవేమ. Like we know this mukti, moksham, enlightenment, awakening, everything is inside us, but we try to search outside, just like this shepherd who is searching for his missing goat, but he's carrying the goat under his armpits and asking everyone, oh, where is my goat? Where is my goat? And the same way, we're asking, where can I find the joy, peace, and love, and all that? Unless we find that source inside us, we can't really appreciate that in the outer world. The one master, Chinese master, was asked by his disciple that, what is life? Master said, look around, you find life. So he started looking around, and what did you find? The disciple said, I found the living birds and the trees which are dancing with the wind. And Master said, no, what you have found is only the physical bird. You are only just not seen the life force inside the bird. The singing bird, I said, aliveness is still missing, because first you need to find aliveness in your own self. Without finding it, the sunrise is just whatever the textbook description. Appreciate, enjoy, celebrate the sunrise, because it's only
they
just.
Don't see the life force in it.
Exactly. So
that's a beautiful word, you know. Life force. You got to come with that life force, you know. There was something else in one of our sessions you talked about. You just need to raise up to way that you would say that it's there, it's right here. Are you ready to receive it?
Exactly.
Your life force ready to receive what is already there. What you're asking and telling is like, the boat is under your sanka. You better start looking and be prepared. And use this life as a human being, because all this talk cannot happen, right? So it has to be within us, and we carry this dialogue so we can enjoy life more.
Yes. So
Guruji, I didn't tell you this before, but would you mind, we are already time, it's been an hour since we are on it, but I want us, I'll go through my questions one more time just to make sure I didn't miss anything. But would you mind taking us through a simple guided meditation?
Sure, it's my pleasure. It's wonderful. Sure.
And masters in past life regression. You do some incredible work with inner child work. There is painting therapy, there's rainbow therapy, there is the gong sound therapy. Ways a person can achieve what you're saying. Like I'm doing those coloring books, you know, adult coloring books. So I tell Papa we should both not speak until we finish a flower, because that way I know she's in the moment. It was right for them.
Okay. So I can say that one of the very primary healing modality is meditation itself. Meditation is not just a spiritual medication also, in a way. If we are regularly meditational practitioners, and we are going to heal from within, because the mind, which is really calm and tranquil inside the body. So it is possible. That's why I say remaining all the things are
meditation take. No, you do the meditation, magic will automatically
happen. And also therapy and art therapy, painting sculpting to many therapies. Of course, they can always embrace it. Some they need that kind of approach also, because many they can't do it.
Sorry to interrupt you. My timer is saying we have 45 seconds left on this.
Sure.
Somebody's here to say hi to you.
Hello, Andy. Hello. Namaste. Cool to see. Wonderful. Yeah.
Hello, hi, how are you? So listen, people, just stay in another 15 minutes. I'll wrap this up. And what is meditation? I will take you through a journey today. So you will be so grateful that I did this, because you will experience the beauty of meditation now with the master teacher, Newton Garu. So before he comes online, you should check out, he has this beautiful ashram about soul coaching programs twice a year, and you're all welcome to go for it. I'll have Newton Garu talk about it a little bit more when he comes back on. I don't see him yet. I couldn't save it. I put it in my story because it didn't give me an option. I'm sorry. Can you talk to? I'm not able to see Dr. Garu. Hi, Oopsie. Man, I'll tell you, I had to really move mountains to get an appointment with Dr. Newton Garu. He's never in the country, first of all. So, unbelievable. Dr. Newton Garu is back, coming back live. There you are.
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. Lakshmi Manchu.
What kind of practice
Yes, children, they are really already great masters. They don't need meditation, first of all. When they look at parents, oh, my mother, mimic that activity. They also try to sit in the comfortable posture and with the closed eyes. You know, the children, they like to always mimic things. And that's how they learn the practice. Otherwise, children, they don't need any practice of meditation because they're already in meditation state. Their mind is so pure. They're like conditioning happens. But the only thing is, children, they require is the time that is given to the time to the child, a quality time. They don't really expect. He feels my father loves the television more than me. So this kind of conclusion, they feel I don't deserve his love. They come to the conclusion that I'm not worthy of my father's love. My father loves his job. My father loves the telephone. My father loves the outer things, not me. You know? So the time that is spent with the child is so important. Second is attention. Attention given to the child is so important. When they are, otherwise they try to get the attention of parents through negative way, negative attention, like by falling sick, they can fall to the ground. I used to do that in the childhood. That constantly I used to become sick. I want fevers to come because my parents will come and ask me, cuddle me, and give me kisses, and I used to always do that. I want their attention, but it's a negative attention. The parents, they give natural attention to the child. It's so important for the foundation.
That's what they say, the Guruji, that when children are falling sick so often, it is not about them falling sick so often. They are craving attention in some way which we are not able to identify, right?
Exactly, right. And the third thing is affection that we show to the child by hugs, plenty of hugs. That makes them feel I am approved as I am, you know, self-disapproval, and they seek approval in the adult life from others, you know. Somebody who is a boss, they need approval from the boss, or someone outside of them, they need to give approvals. So but when affection is given to a child, hugs are given, lot of hugs, and then the child feels approved. And guidance is so important to the child. So the guidance develops the competence in a child. Because the child, many parents, they think that I have given all the freedom to the child. But because they don't have time, they just left the child. The child is just, it's not, they need guidance. The child needs
I tell them, I don't want to be a friend to my child. She will find friends. I want to be a mother. They need to say no.
Yes.
And yeses, and
correct.
Make their own decisions, and they need us to guide them, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And also the next foundation stone for a child is discipline. Discipline, nurturing discipline, not a forced discipline, but a nurturing, caring, compassionate discipline. Is committing a mistake, it's okay, but don't repeat. Let us not repeat it again.
Yeah.
So, and we need to, the discipline molds their character also.
Yeah.
The child knows what is right, what is not right from the very younger age. What words to speak, what words are not really good to speak. And dharma and adharma, the whole energy of in India, the dharma and adharma, we learn from, at a very young age from parents. So that's why nurturing discipline is so essential for a child. So these are the 5 important things, and meditation comes naturally to the children. And they don't need, they need to play, they need to have fun, they need to sing, learn music, they need to learn dance, they need to learn multiple languages, mother tongue first and then other languages. Mother tongue is so essential. Intelligence opens with the mother tongue. So important, the mother tongue is so important. Matrubhasha, Matrubhumi. This is so important. And the 4th thing is the child need to be encouraged to study, knowledge, anything that child is interested. Vast studying, any knowledge. The child has the capacity to learn anything before 8 years age. They can learn 5 languages. They can be genius. They can study mathematics to astronomy to every subject. I heard about one Russian school. I must mention about this school. It's inspired by one master, Russian mystic master. She was living in anti-teachings. Based on that, they have set up the school. In that school, all the international students, they till 10th standard, they learn in just 2 years. Not only they learn subjects, they learn languages, they learn music, instrument, they know how to sing, how to dance, how to really teach. It's an amazing school. I just saw the video of this school, but I was inspired. So that means a child has such potential. Only thing is the right, guidance is need to be given, and all these 5 things.
Attention, affection, guidance, discipline, and
yes.
study. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple more questions, Dr. Garu.
Yeah.
I have so many, but I'll do 3 questions, okay? First, I want to talk about suicide.
Yeah.
We're so quick on thinking when something really bad happens, and I think as every human being, we do come to that place somewhere saying, I'm so lost, I don't know what to do, why am I living? And people take their own lives, and then I heard Sadhguru say this: when you take your life away in an accident, your soul's not ready to leave the body. Journey is not done through, and that so it'll take a longer time to go to those planes of where you're not as disturbed, your soul and
yeah.
Encourage people and tell them the significance of, in our Hinduism, in other scriptures, they dissuade suicide, because Markle Rakakpoina, or love affair lo fail aina, that is not the end to life. Anedi, can you explain that?
Yeah, many think that the problems will be solved. Never is that's the truth. People still continue with the same kind of problem even after death. So people think that there is no life after death. That's the first point. Some people know that there is life after death, and even after knowing that there is life after death, they take away because they want the problems will end. I can start everything fresh. But nothing will start fresh. You have to start everything. All the problems still will be there.
Buddha
Means,
said that, right?
Suffering is very important here. The pain is inevitable. Pain comes in the
because
pain.
we don't want pain, Guruji. We want only happiness and only joy. So to understand, yes, pain is a part of your life, and
Opposites, polarities, they're complementing each other. They both will come to us. Just like birth and death, all the polarities we have to go through here, but we are the soul, we are the consciousness which is beyond polarities. That's what is the spiritual path is about, where meditation guides us to that place within us where you are beyond the trigunas, beyond tamoguna, rajoguna, satoguna, where you understand you are playing this drama here, you're playing beautifully here, good duality. We need to participate the duality here. At the same time, if we carry this non-dual awareness, that means the soul awareness, the consciousness, being a conscious being, and we will never be touched and be drowned by these experiences here, the painful experiences.
because just because you're a good person, it doesn't mean other people are good. There are all sorts of people, and
all sorts of people.
You got to be. Yeah, that I learned from you. I'm like, no, Guruji, everybody has to be good. Everybody, what they say, they should mean what they say. Why are people like this? You know? But that's what I understood being with you. Like this world is made of all sorts of people, like yin and yang, night and day. There is good and bad, and there are good people and bad people, and you need to know how to this thing is right or wrong.
Yes.
So Upanishads, Vedanta, Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, Vama, Ramayana, it's so deep and so intense. But I want to know, and I'm ashamed to say I don't know any of my scriptures. I read Bhagavad Gita from but could you recommend certain books?
Yeah.
That a lay person like me, who knows nothing about nothing, gives a good introduction to us to understand our scriptures.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we have not read or well read all these scriptures. If we can really, the whole essence of all the Upanishads is given by Buddha as a simple practice, anapanasati, because he really summarized everything. Buddha is the final essence of entire, Bharat Desh. He's the fruit of Bharat Desh. He's the final flowering of Bharat Desh. Mahavira or Buddha, all the masters actually. But Buddha is very rare, very, very, simple, and we don't need really.
He was rare because he was the first new age guru,
Yes.
It doesn't need to be only the man and the family. Bring your children, bring your women. We can have this, right?
Yes. Yes. I highly recommend this book by Paramahamsa Yogananda. autobiography of a yogi.
Mm.
So every meditator, every beginner, it really helps a lot. It helped me a lot to understand my spiritual experiences and to understand the journey. There are even I can recommend any book by written about Bhagavad Gita. Like Paramahamsa Yogananda ji has written one book on Bhagavad Gita. So it's very beautiful commentaries that he has given. We can understand very well what Lord Krishna is teaching us. He's my favorite master, Lord Krishna.
Yeah, my
yeah, because I consider all the gods are they're the great masters, they're grand masters.
Krishna confuses me. Hey, who are you? Krishna, out of all the teachers, all the avatars, I think he represented us now most beautifully. Like,
yes.
Idi kavali, adi kavali. At least Shiva is clear. It's like, listen, meetor na sodot gani. I'll give you guys when you need me. But Krishna is not like that. He confuses you and plays with all the dualities that you are.
Yes, yes, yeah. He's the most playful master, and most complete man we can call, because he's such multi-dimensional. He lived his life as an example. He showed it to the world that every life experience he participated. Everything is such a play for him. Even stealing the butter to many things, all these activities.
And also to my viewers who are watching right now, these are some books that are available, and I'll write everything down once once I upload this. But there are quite a few books that are available for free on QLU Global. So what Dr. Garu has written, and on many of these subjects, we didn't even scratch the topic to what this great master can teach us. But please go visit his website. His Insta, not Insta, now better Insta, because I got him on Insta. But before we go into our meditation, to lead us into a meditation about how important is how important Buddha's past life stories, is it?
Yes, and learn about the truth to get enlightened. And he was led by the quest began because he saw suffering everywhere. He wanted to find out, how can I suffering? And he tried every method. He did fire ceremony